What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City preview, the last preview of the 2020-2021 season. It's the Champions League final. Before I crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, you want to help to support my channel, then do subscribe, press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on, aiming for 18k subscribers. We're less than 700 subs away from that goal, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget also, you can find my social media links there in the description below, and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy this video as well, and also don't forget to leave your score and team prediction for this game. But before we get into this video is sponsored and is brought to you by the best footballing app out there, OneFootball. This video is brought to you by OneFootball. If you want to download the OneFootball app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of my description, which will take you forward to where you can download this app. The OneFootball app is extremely useful if you are a huge football fan just like me. It provides you with the latest footballing news, transfer news, and the latest videos as well. It is one source of information of where I get my transfer news from. It also allows you to see the latest scores with what's happening in the footballing world. If you just click on a game, including any Manchester City game, it will not only bring up the latest team news, but it will also bring up the latest statistics and keep you up to date with everything happening in that game. If you want to download this app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of the description to stay up to date. Thank you very much to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. If you want to go and stay up to date with the latest football news, transfer news, latest fixtures, results, as well as the live commentary, live league tables, where you can check out the screenings for the football games as well. It's all on the OneFootball app. Go and download the OneFootball app. You can find a link at the top of my description. It's a free app to download, and downloading the OneFootball app through that link does help to support the future content created here on my channel. But on with the video. Arguably our biggest game ever. Let that digest. Man City against Chelsea, Saturday the 29th of May 2021. It's an 8 PM BST kickoff time. It is the European Cup final, the Champions League final. It's in Porto, in Portugal, at the Estádio do Dragão Stadium, which is the home of FC Porto. There's going to be 6,000 fans from each team, plus corporate as well, which may have some Man City fans in there as well. It's been rumoured that there are going to be more Manchester City fans there than Chelsea fans. It's a big occasion for us, and so yeah, a big occasion needs a big performance, and if we want to come home with the Champions League trophy, we need the biggest and best performance of our careers so far. Now, yeah, I do hope that everybody that is heading out to Porto that isn't already there, I imagine most people already be there, that if you had headed out to Porto, I do hope you enjoy your trip. That's if you've gone with a ticket or not. Yeah, Manchester City, we're taking more to Porto, like I said, than Chelsea. It's got a big game feel to this one. In a season that's been impacted with coronavirus, we haven't had many fans being able to go to the stadiums at all. It's nice to have this really big, monumental Goliath occasion taking place where we can have fans. Like I said, this is arguably our biggest game in our history so far. Yeah, this is a chance for the players to go out there and make history, to win the European Cup, to go and join the elite teams. It's massive. This is an absolutely huge game. We're one win away from glory. I hope so much that we can do this. Now, about this game, City, we don't like playing English teams in the Champions League when it's a straight knockout match. Liverpool 2018, we went out. Spurs 2019, we went out. I'm hoping Chelsea 2021 is where we'll make it third time lucky and we will go through. Let's not forget, this has been a season of us breaking hoodoos, and I see no reason why we can't break knocking an English team out of the Champions League as part of our hoodoo as well. We've won at Anfield. Who would have thought that? We made it past the Champions League quarter-final. Who'd have thought that? We also made it past the Champions League semi-final. Who would have thought that as well? let's become history makers. Let's go and win the Champions League. This is a big occasion. Everyone needs to be involved, doing their bit. All the City fans from wherever they're supporting from in the globe will be doing their bit. I'm sure about that. Players, hopefully they'll do their bit on the pitch as well, put in a great performance, and I'm confident if we can perform to the high level that we're capable of, then we can win the Champions League. Now, let's have a look at our oppositions, Chelsea. I suspect that Mendy will be starting in goal for them. That's injury pending, but if he isn't fit, then it probably will be Kepa in goal instead. I'm wondering about right wing back. Reece James has looked very good for them when he played against us at right wing back, and his pace could become problematic for us, particularly when Chelsea want to go forward. But they do have a tendency to go with Azpilicueta on the right wing instead. So I'm wondering if it's going to be Azpilicueta going into a centre back position and Reece James starting, or whether it'll be an extra centre back going in and Azpilicueta goes in at right wing back. That's something to be decided. I imagine two of the centre backs already decided it'll be Rudiger and Thiago Silva. So yeah. I imagine it'll probably be Ben Chilwell going at left wing back. However, wouldn't rule out Alonso. Again, he put in a good performance against City in the Premier League. He could be given the nod. Into the middle for Chelsea, I'm expecting N'Golo Kante to be fit, and he'll be starting. He'll probably more than likely be starting alongside Mason Mount. I'm wondering if it's going to be Kovacic or if it's going to be Jorginho possibly joining them in the middle. I would have thought you would think it would probably be Jorginho, and then we're going to attack. Who are Chelsea going to start with? Well, Timo Werner's more than likely going to be starting this game. His pace has always been a bit problematic. They will look down that left-hand side, and I think he'll be starting. Who else will start alongside him? I've got a feeling it'll be Christian Pulisic and Kai Havertz, in my opinion. I think that's a top-quality attack from Chelsea that can cause us lots of problems. I think Hakim Ziyech is unlucky to miss out on a start there. And I also think that Olivier Giroud is a really good option for them to go in off the bench as well. So they've got lots of options there, Chelsea. They've got a really good first 11 there. Under leadership of Thomas Tuchel as well. He's done well when coming into Chelsea and getting them organised and difficult to beat. It makes this game even more difficult for Manchester City in trying to break them down. Chelsea also good on the attack and good with trying to score goals and being clinical. So this is going to be a very difficult game for us, no doubt. And I feel like the most important moment of this match is actually who scores first. And I think that will be deciding on who wins the Champions League. Chelsea score first, we're going to find this game even more difficult than what it is. If City can score first, that may just open up the gaps for us to try and exploit Chelsea and bring them into a football game. I think that will suit our system rather than Chelsea, so I feel like we need the first goal and Chelsea will feel like they need the first goal. So yeah, that could be very, very decisive. Now, in terms of what's riding on this game, Chelsea already have Champions League football secured for next season. No pressure on them now. They will want a response, though. They lost the FA Cup final against Leicester. They won't want to have that bit of shredded doubt in there. I'm sure the management will just sit down with Chelsea and they'll say, remember how you felt in that FA Cup final, watching the players lift the trophy and you've got to take home a loser's medal? It's not a very good feeling, and they'll be using that as motivation to try and make sure that it doesn't happen 2 weeks or so after that had just happened to them. So they'll be looking to try and rectify that and win the Champions League. Now, for Chelsea's campaign in the Champions League, they made it out of the group stage, which contained Krasnodar, Sevilla and Rennes. They finished first in their group, winning 4 games, drawing 2 and losing none. In the knockout phases, in the last 16, they got a tremendous 2-leg result against Atletico Madrid, knocking them out of the Champions League. Then went into the quarterfinals and they knocked out FC Porto. They've already played FC Porto, of course, in the Champions League. They've played at Porto's ground. They've won there. That was monumental to helping them go through, because Chelsea's only lost 1 game in the Champions League this season, and that was against FC Porto at Stamford Bridge. However, their great result in Porto, where they won 2-0, ensured that they did go through, so they know what it takes to play on this pitch at this stadium and get the job done. That's good experience for them. In the semi-final, they knocked out Real Madrid as well, getting a draw away from home and then a win at Stamford Bridge. Some decent scalps there from Chelsea. They'll take a lot of confidence. They've shown that they're no mugs at all, and this isn't going to be an easy game. Like I said, though, I feel like Chelsea need the first goal, and I feel like City need the first goal, so whoever gets that, in my opinion, will win the Champions League. But yeah, I think Chelsea are going to take a bit of confidence going from Man City's loss to them in the FA Cup semi-final a few weeks ago. They beat us at in the Premier League at the Etihad Stadium just a couple of weeks after that as well. They'll take confidence on the fact that they've beaten us twice. However, there was a squad-rotated team in place in that game, and they didn't go up against Man City's strongest 11. They will be going up against Man City's strongest 11 in this game, so it's a whole different kettle of fish. But no doubting that Chelsea will take confidence on the fact that they have beat City, and you can only beat what's put out in front of you, and they have done that. So yeah, we'll see. City had beaten Chelsea at Stamford Bridge earlier this season in the new year, but that was with Frank Lampard in charge and not Tuchel. We're still waiting on trying for Pep to beat Tuchel whilst in charge of Manchester City for the first time, and I'm confident that can be done on Saturday, and we can come home with the big ears, the Champions League trophy. Now, Manchester City in the Champions League this season, we made it through the group stage that contained FC Porto. That's right, we've also played at this stadium as well. We've got some experience. We drew 0-0. Chelsea won there 2-0, so they've had more success than what we did, and that actually is the only points dropped in the Champions League group stage that Manchester City managed to have. Yeah, there was a squad-rotated team out against FC Porto, so I'll let them off, but Man City came through the groups against Olympiacos, FC Porto, and also Marseille. We went into the last 16. We won over 2 legs at 2 neutral venues at the Puskas Arena against Borussia Mönchengladbach, and then we went on to face Borussia Dortmund in the quarter-finals. That was a very entertaining 2-legged win for Manchester City to get over that hurdle, and we got into the semi-final, going up against arguably the most difficult game that we've had so far this season, and probably the most difficult game in the Champions League, where we knocked out PSG over 2 legs, picking up 2 wins, including a win in France in the first leg as well. Love it. The only way it could have been more difficult for City, I reckon, is if we'd gone up against Bayern Munich. Thankfully, PSG knocked them out. So there we go. So yeah, good scalps there from both City and Chelsea. They'll both have confidence going into this game. So, I'm going to pop up my team prediction now for you. I think this is pretty self-explanatory. I think if Pep doesn't go with his team, then I think something has changed. Something's going on in his brain that he's wanting something to happen. To me, this is City's strongest 11 that we can go out with. It's near enough the team, it might even be the team actually, that went out against PSG in the second leg and helped us to get to where we are, and I feel like the players deserve a shot. So I've gone with Ederson in goal. That is no surprise. I've gone with Walker, Stones and Dias all to be starting in the defence, and I'm going for Zinchenko to be starting at left back. I think it's a choice between him or Cancelo. I would give it to Zinchenko personally. The next equation comes at defensive midfield. Do we go with Rodri or Fernandinho, or do we go with both? I would go, if it came to one or the other, it has to be Fernandinho. He reads the game so well. He's used to playing Chelsea. He knows what it takes to win in the Premier League. He knows what it takes to win in the Champions League. He's played against Chelsea numerous times. He's a player that reads the game so well, and you need players like that that lead by example on the pitch. For me, Fernandinho has to start this game. In my complete honest opinion, I'm going for Gundogan to be doing the double pivot for us, and I'm going for Bernardo Silva to play just further ahead of him, and then De Bruyne playing as Man City's false 9 for this game, which means we'll be going with Riyad Mahrez on the right wing and Phil Foden on the left wing, which has been so useful in the Champions League for Manchester City as well. I think that Jesus and Aguero are unlucky to miss out. Jesus had a really good game in the last game against Everton in the Premier League, and Aguero bagged himself a couple of goals, looked very good as well. They could well be options from the bench for City if either of them are going to be starting in this game, or even Ferran Torres. He could be another option for Manchester City from the bench. Raheem Sterling perhaps as well, but I feel like if there is going to be a striker starting, then it may well be Bernardo Silva missing out and De Bruyne going through the middle, and then Jesus or Aguero or Torres or whoever going in that into that striker's slot for Manchester City. Pep said he's got 10 out of the 11 players already sorted. I'm wondering what that one position is that he's having a debate about who he's going to start in this game. We'll have to wait and see. I'll be honest, nerves are kicking in. We're a day before a Champions League final. The next time that you see my face will be the live stream for the Champions League final. So yeah, I'm starting to get nervous. This is a big game. It's something that we've not experienced before. Hopefully we can have that one game, one win. That would be brilliant. For my score prediction, I'm going for incredible scenes. 2-1 to Manchester City. Let's go and grab the opportunity. Let's become Champions League winners. Let's become treble winners once more. It's one last push. Glory awaits. History awaits for Manchester City. Pep loves finals. BT Sport said that Pep's won 14 out of 15 of his last 15 major cup finals as well. That's an incredible stat. Included in that is Champions League finals. He's had 2. He's won the Champions League twice whilst being a manager. He's never lost a Champions League final as well. That was under the incredible Barcelona team that he had, of course. They were all about quality and being clinical and putting their chances away. And that is exactly what Manchester City need to do against Chelsea on Saturday evening. If we do that, we can win the Champions League. Players, they've got legendary status pending. They can win that game. Whoever scores that winning goal, if there is going to be a winning goal, I'm presuming that there's going to be a player out there that gets a winning goal. Whoever that is, they're going down as an automatic Manchester City legend. Now, for this game, could well be Sergio Aguero's last ever game for us, if he hasn't already had it, if he does come off the bench. It'll be Eric Garcia's last time we see him involved in the Manchester City squad as well. They both will leave, and it could well be Fernandinho's as well. He still hasn't signed a new contract, but I am expecting him to sign a new contract at Manchester City. This game, if you're wanting to watch this game, is on BT Sport. I'm fairly sure there's free service streams in the UK for you to watch, including on YouTube, and more than likely I'll be surprised if it's not been made free from BT Sport as well for everybody to enjoy. And I will be doing a live stream watch along for everybody to enjoy, for you to get all of my reactions as the Champions League final unfolds, where City have a chance to become history makers once more and win the biggest prize of them all. I'll be doing a big live stream extravaganza, going live a couple of hours before kickoff, doing lots of preparation and entertainment for you guys to stay tuned for. So if you're wanting lots of build up and preparation towards that Champions League final, I will see you guys all tomorrow. I'll be going live 6 PM BST for that Champions League final, 2 hours before kickoff. So much planned, so much sorted, lots of surprises, lots of entertainment for everyone to look forward to. Go and set your reminder. That'll be up on my channel at some point today for everybody to look forward to set your reminder ready for tomorrow. The time is now, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go, the big extravaganza. It's happening, Champions League final. If you're heading to Portugal, do enjoy yourselves. If not, enjoy yourselves from wherever you're watching the game from. Fingers crossed, we become Champions League winners. There we go, that's been the preview. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Leave a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. 18k subscribers, that's where the aim is. Less than 700 subs away, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. My social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, my email also in the description below too, if you want to go and hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business enquiries. Champions League final, here we go. Thank you everyone for watching. I've been JSGC. I'll see you all again for the Champions League final live stream. Manchester City against Chelsea in Porto. Let's do this, boys. Good luck to Manchester City. I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.